Hello, and welcome back, one and all, to the Brexit Estate, hard by the darkest dungeon, in the lee of some rather interesting character mods. Now, Vengerfelgren is looking rather different today. I did a little video for that. Acero Steel, or Acero Steel, I think it's Acero Steel. Acero Steel, the chap behind some other wonderful character reskin mods, has come up with this one, and I will be looking forwards to trying it all in the near future with you. In fact, you've probably seen the announcement video I did a little while back anyway. Yeah, so this is going to be fun. Alright, this is a terrible situation we are in once again. I have a horrible feeling we're going to have to indulge in... yeah, we're just going to have to, aren't we? Second time a run. I hate doing this. You all know how much I hate doing this. But we absolutely need to upgrade the barracks one more time if we want to get our very first grave robber. Much as it pains me to do this, it simply must be done. I hate that button. It's always a really bad trade-off. It's never really worthwhile doing. You should only do it in times of emergency like this. So here we go. And now we'll have access to a grave robber. And you know what? Let's make her pretty to go with Ludovic and be his friend. Oh, went too far. There we go. So this is an interesting character reskin. This is based on Vess from The Witcher 2. I think the knockers are swaying and moving about just a little bit too much, and they look slightly misproportionate or out of shape, a little bit weird for the rest of the shape, like the shirt and everything like that, but hopefully she'll be fine. And we'll take her in among our number and look after her, because she probably needs it.
With a keen eye, gold gleams like a dagger's point.
And now let's leave these 3 slots here relatively open for emergency characters and for hero mods we want to try out. Also, let me know how my volume is in this one, because I've tweaked it. Well, I haven't really tweaked it since the last video, but I made changes in the last video, and hopefully that'll be good for you all. You might have an easier time hearing me. Now, what else can we upgrade in town? We can try to upgrade the guild or the abbey. I mean the tavern. I don't think we can upgrade the survivalist. We might be able to upgrade the nomad's wagon. Yes, we can have an upgrade here. We can't have one here just yet. It might be worth saving for that. But we need to upgrade all the facilities. Everything must be improved. My left mouse button has started double clicking on its own recently. That's not a good sign. I don't think it's the batteries wearing down. That's a good point actually. We can start upgrading the wagon a little bit later. For now, let's hold off on that. Although that is very nice. That is a very nice trinket, but it would be very nice to have. I'm a little dry-throated at the moment. I might just pop over to the kitchen and grab myself a drink of water in a bit. Okay, yeah, let's just sit on our vastly reduced pile of crests for now. Now, blood is running scarce. I think we may need to go back into the courtyard. Let's look at rewards. Crests, book rage, okay. Now, we need to be doing these boss runs before our heroes gain too many levels, or we need to start intentionally failing quests. Let's pretend, let's build a party for each of these and see how it looks. Okay, so for this we would have you, we would have possibly We'd have her. That is, yeah, that's about one quest away from completion. And what else would we want her for? Out of these boss runs, we'd want another dedicated healer turning up, wouldn't we, really? Oh yeah, and then in front, not you. I'm thinking Ren, of all people, to be honest. Yeah. And didn't I get a really nice... Yes, I did. And while it would be nice to give it to Gwyn, I think she is... she's on a long, dark path, unfortunately. Hopefully it's salvation. Twilight Cloak and the Settlement Chronicle are a nice combination, I think. If I've... No, it's adding the Blue Lantern to either of them is quite nice. Right. This party needs a little bit of tweaking, and we don't want you in front. We want, let's see. Level 2... Right. Oh, Ruined Scrounger could work okay. So it would be something like this. Probably with just like, say, Bounty Hunter here. For this one, we'd want, so like, maybe an Occultist. We can keep the Archer. Mildred in the back, maybe. We want to be able to hit every enemy position fairly reliably with almost every party member. And then for this one, we want to wait for Kana to get out of her treatment. And we'd want Ludovic to be involved. So yeah, I think we're just going to go for the Prophet this time around, to be honest. And do we take him or not? I think we might. Now, before we do this, there's been some changes to the Falconer. And I'll read through them now. They've been... So her speed seems to be a point lower, which is fine, because it was a little bit high and she had a lot of skills that boost speed. Now let me just get patch notes up here. Oh, that's not helpful, is it? Right. So yeah, the base speed is slightly lowered. The quick shot skill has had the critical chance slightly reduced, and it does slightly more damage against marked targets. So again, the base damage is, you know, a little bit up. A lot of people complain the base damage is low. Those are the kind of people who would complain about anything, really, to be honest. Her base damage might be a little bit lower, but she brings a lot of utility. Okay. Flurry has been reworked. So that would be Flurry. Right, Flurry, as you can see, can no longer target enemy rank 4. It only targets the first 3 ranks. It applies a stun resistance and accuracy debuff to the targets, and it deals more damage than it did before. The stun resist is interesting because it added move resist already. Now that you have stun resist as well, that makes you think if you put her in a class of a stunner, like a Crusader or an Abomination or something like that, you can get some interesting results. Volley shot has been changed. So volley fire does slightly less damage than it did before. I mean, that's a shame, you know, but it does hit 3 ranks, and it was quite a good skill, so I can see why. The drastically reduced critical chance means it's almost got no chance to have a critical hit at all. It's not critical disabled, and you can have a skill that's set to never be allowed critical. So it can still critical hit, it's just pretty rare because it's going to go for everyone and everything, apart from whoever's in the front. That's also an interesting little thing with Flurry goes for the front 3, Volley Fire goes for the back 3. So you could actually alternate between those two and have some interesting group coverage. Actually, that might be really useful against the Prophet in a kind of Withering Fire kind of way. Right, what else has he changed? Diversion. Where are we? Diversion. Diversion, there we go. So it now gives slightly more dodge from before. So she's really setting herself up to be a target bear. Spirited Cry has been reworked, although I still haven't got the faintest idea what the picture is supposed to show. It no longer gives a damage buff, it now heals a small amount of stress for the entire party, and the speed buff from it has been slightly lowered. So, while it's remarkably similar, it feels like a completely new skill. The stress removal is very useful, and it's not random chance of stress removal like the Houndmaster, it is actual guaranteed stress removal for the whole party, which makes it a very good skill, although because it's guaranteed for everyone, like the Twilight Knight with Glimmer of Hope, it is a very, very, very small amount of stress that is removed, so the main benefit is probably the speed buff, although the stress removal can help. And then Fleeting Escape now gives a personal speed buff in addition to everything else. So with that in mind, those are all the changes. And I'm going to check how much it would cost to make that unyielding quirk permanent. Wait, you don't have a... that's Kana. Who is here? No, okay, so I could do that. And that would cost an awful lot of money. But you know what? I think we can just about... I don't know, there's a lot of equipment upgrades need to be done as well. So against the profit, that is a potential thing to do. And you know what? Actually, against the profit, it might be worth giving her diversion and improving that a bit. But let's at least improve the skills I know I've used quite a bit so far. And then we could have a leper or crusader in front to smash up those pews. Crusader's slightly better in the ruins. Oh, Sheen's name. Let's call her Sasha for now, instead of Bonnell. There we are. I was tempted to go Saskia, but no. Right, and Sasha's going to learn a new skill. There we are. Yeah, we definitely want to make these skills cheaper to learn. And a lot of it would be going after what now? Okay, so Man-at-Arms is there to guard people, to use Defender and Bolster in this boss fight. The Vestal is there for party heals and single heals as needed. The Shooter at the back is there to work down the boss, and the other person at the front is there to maybe mark the boss or help smash down the pews. Do we really want you on this one? I'm not sure we do. But if not, which other boss? The other thing is we might just need to go here for blood. No, I'm wanting to do this one now. And then I'll just have 1, 2, 3 more to deal with. If you're going in front, you're really going in front. So that wouldn't be useful there. That wouldn't be useful there, that would. What have you got? That could be a problem. Well, Drelnor needs to go in for treatment. Alright, we're getting stuff sorted now. He is going to learn, but that is a really bad trait to have. And Ren, are we taking... Yeah, okay, yeah, absolutely, look at that lot, yeah. Okay. So, it's time for Ren to sharpen up her old sword and let it deal a little more damage to her foes. She's going to need to gain a resolve level before she can improve weapons or armor again. And let us... Is she really going to be stunning a lot? You know what, let's move things around a little. First off, she needs to learn her final skill, because that's been missing for quite some time. How is she doing for camping skills? You know what, with the money we've got, I'm going to say stuff it, let's have some fun. Does Gwyn have them all? No! Oh, this is interesting. I still haven't worked out how to get those rearranged in the correct order. That's mildly annoying. Encourage and wound care should swap places. But alright. So, I'm afraid Gwyn is going to have to stay back in town for a little while. And Ren may be taking over as our premier Twilight Knight. She will learn Talk to the Sword and Murmuring Lantern. And that will make this run very interesting indeed. She now, because class camping skills are generally better than the 3 default camping skills. And we're going to change her trinkets. So she'll have the Settlement Chronicle and the Founding Stone. Now, I'm aware this means that her dodge value isn't too brilliant, but if we were to give her the Twilight Cloak, that wouldn't change her dodge value either. Okay. The Founding Stone could be removed. We don't absolutely need it, but it's plus damage, minus damage, so it's a fairly good balance there, although she would be a likely target, getting hit a lot, so she'd need lots of healing. We don't have a lot here that will grant additional healing. You know what? That's quite tempting. As is that, to be honest. But no. Okay, so we're putting her in there and pushing her to the front. He will need better skills, so training is good. Although we're near the limit of the amount of money we could afford to spend before this mission now. So he will need that better. He's got that maxed out already. It's only really accuracy that changes at that point. Oh yeah, it's for profit. Useful for the cannon as well, but yeah, we don't have what we need there really. Okay, so is Rel going to be our shooter for this mission, or are we going to rely on a more regular... Would it be Millie? I don't know, we could really do with her for... If we leave Rel in town, we can treat automatonophobia or hylomania. And if we leave Mildred in town, we can't treat anything. So actually, that's not a bad idea. Let's have a look at our camping skills. So scavenge and heightened senses. Okay, yeah, I think we're going to pop Rel in the asylum. And she needs to be... Look, hylomania, we can't remove that. It's Rel. We know she's greedy as hell. Automatonophobia, however... No, because she's a paranoid of everyone as well. Okay. So who else can be treated nicely? Well, you know what? Chevrella shouldn't be so scared of people, although if she is a chav, it makes sense. Plutomania... Yeah, it's fine. Witness... Necromania. Can't put you in there. Would be nice, but saving up for off guard. Removing one of those would be great, but can't really afford it. And light. Okay, no, these are all just locked things, I think, at this point. Well, love interest could be removed. Oh, zoophobia. On a Hellion, absolutely needs to go. Oh. No, I'm thinking she's there. Right. I was thinking it was full for a moment there, then I went, oh no, that person isn't locked in. Okay. Off we go then. This is going to hurt like hell. Can we upgrade anything else that will help? I'm thinking yes. I'm thinking that. Keeping a close eye on the money here. 2-2, 2-2, 2-2, and 2-2 for equipment. Okay. And then, since we are looking at the profit... Oh, wait, no, we won't... Ludovic won't be there to mark foes for her, which means her arrows against him won't be very impressive. It's 45 against marked, and 60 against marked. Okay, yeah, that's quite a significant difference. That's a level 2 skill. That's level 2 skill. A higher crit chance, and the speed buff comes into it though, so it's balanced out. And then she'd be shooting progressively earlier in the round, which means she might be able to mark him up the round before, then shoot him the round after. Or we could go for the group shots. I'm thinking flurry might almost be better for the damage, but hang on. Minus 50, minus 80. Okay. Do we want... diversion might be worth it for the boss fight though, instead of volley fire. So we'll train up diversion, just on the off chance that she actually fancies 28 dodge. That's pretty good, in theory. Right, that is low money. We better go out now before I dilly-dally and waste it all on something else. Is there anything here we have far too many of? Possibly those rock cut sensors. Hey! We got a grave robber. She is absolutely getting that. And this, because they're the only ones she has. Yeah. Yeah, those will help. And we need to train her up a bit for future missions. Right. Here we go. We have a chronic blood shortage. This is really bad. We have one hero wasting away in town, so... After this week, I think we go on a blood run, and I'm not looking forward to going back to the courtyard anytime ever, because it just means more people are going to get infected. But hey, sometimes it needs to be done. You know what? It is actually the profit. So a little extra anti-venom would be useful. You know, it's the ruins. We get more keys in the ruins. This is going to be a very delicate run indeed. Well, off we go. And while it's loading, I will dash to the kitchen for a quick drink of water.
Excavations beneath the manor were well underway when a particularly ragged indigent arrived in the hamlet. This filthy, toothless miscreant boasted an uncanny knowledge of my ambitions, and prognosticated publicly that, left unchecked, I would soon unleash doom upon the world.
And I return from the kitchen, my first slaked but painfully aware of how short these boss load screens are. But don't worry, with me you get the whole uncut experience. For now.
The echoes of his mindless tittering reverberate maddeningly.
Alright, so it looks like he's going to be over this way. Let's set out through these darkened hallways and corridors and see what we can find. My chair is creaking a lot and it's getting a bit wobbly. I might need to get a new one soon. Oh joy! More people can get infected! How wonderful! I mean, yeah, I knew this place was going to be heavily infested. Given the high rate of infection, we probably don't want to take side turnings too much. Uh-oh. Well, that could have been nasty. So this little fellow here, he needs to go quite fast. Quite hard and fast. He just needs to be utterly destroyed. Yes, a strike of sunlight there. I hope you all saw that and appreciated the marvel of his skill and... Oh dear, she missed, but that's not good. He's getting vomited on. It's revolting and disgusting. But he does not care. He has the power of the sun on his side and you can naff right off. Insect.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Actually, that reminds me of something funny. Back on Monday, I was watching the latest episode of Game of Thrones, because it airs on Monday nights over here, and there was a wonderful crowd scene in which a gentleman who's basically the most modern groomed Viking you've ever seen was parading a group of prisoners through a crowd scene, and one of the extras shouted, "Fucking wanker!" in a thick London accent, really loudly, quite close to the microphone, and I just thought, yes! Yes! Please, Game of Thrones, continue to use a broader variety of swear words between fuck and cunt, because those seem to be the only two swear words you ever bother using. Yes! Call him a wanker! Next week have Tyrion Lannister call someone a wazzock. I mean, just go all out, you know, all the swear words you can, just make it feel more visceral. You know, it's just like, fucking wanker! It's brilliant. Great stuff. That was the highlight of the episode for me.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
It's okay, they haven't infected anyone yet. Alright, they don't seem to be able to reach the back rows, and wow! Where did that thunderbolt come from? I was not expecting that.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
And that's not good. She's craving the blood. She's gone for so long without it.
A momentary abatement.
But she must tend to her allies. In one regard, it's... What? In one regard, it's quite positive that the only person in the party who might currently refuse healing is the party healer, who won't refuse it from herself. Right. Smack. They changed the tooltip for that skill to be a little more confusing.
Confidence
And also simpler at the same time.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Ah, he's got one already. Oh, okay then, okay. That was funny though. Let's press on into this room where a challenge awaits us. The challenge being apparently a decision between a shorter corridor or a longer corridor, and I think we'll take the longer one. Because this isn't the second chapter of Scarven Slayer, which was first published in White Dwarf 153.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
The first two chapters were published in White Dwarf 152 and 153 as a two-part short story, and only later was it elongated into a book. It would be nice, it'd be really nice. I'll stuff it. Let's take a look and see if there's anything really nice. oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. These are less valuable than that, but they are more frequent. And the drop rate between citrines and jades is fairly similar, and it's hard to gamble on it, so I honestly think this is one of those times when we should just stick with what we got for now. I'm going to regret passing up that emerald, but I just have to.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
And see if we can use up some of these during the next few encounters, and make some more room to carry other stuff. Alright, let's just mark her up. Oh, that makes the lightning much harder to find.
Another abomination, cleansed from our lands.
And who said Combat Vestal was not a good build? You know, the Manatar's Rampart might actually be useful here, but no, let's just tell everyone to look out and defend themselves. Okay.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Tell you what, that iron bar mace is really doing some, you know, it's getting its work done.
Decimated.
I was not expecting that critical, but it really needed to be done. Might have to look at the sprites and see which ones she's used for which skills, because I did look at them, but I didn't see which were going for which. Should have probably looked into that.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Oh. Well, this is awkward, isn't it? Well, he does have a helmet. And the move stone, he doesn't have any move skills. I wonder if that would include his riposte. It probably would. And move charm is move resistance. Okay, look. Pains me to do it, but there we go. And now we're going to waste a key. Normally, if it wasn't a boss run, I'd be camping here to make space, but it's a boss run, so we're saving those camping skills for the final conflict. Oh, game, you are cruel and unkind, and we have torches! Haha!
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Problem solved by torchlight. Let's pass on by this and face whatever this may be. Here we are, lovely. Let's just shoot lots of arrows. Pretend we're Varric from Dragon Age 2. You know, the shit Dragon Age that no one wants to remember. Then again, Dragon Age 3 was pretty terrible, what with its frame rate halving during conversations and cutscenes, and its ability to crash during conversations and cutscenes, and its terrible console controls that were unplayable, and having to click for every attack, which is such a bad idea. Nobody's had to do it in a PC game since Diablo 2. I mean, Diablo 2 removed it. I mean, how many years ago was that, guys? God blimey. Oh dear. Alright, protect the healer.
The ground
Wow. With a hawk like that, she hardly needs the arrows. I like the fact the initiative decided to put them in the bayonet loop. That was quite pleasant. Alright, you're going to need healing because you're a major centre of attention. Don't let us down, Felgren. We need you.
Another one falls.
The group heal there
Compassion is a rarity in the
to keep people going.
of battle.
Nice. And there we go. Another encounter sorted and... oh, dear goodness.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
You know, sometimes I wonder... I really do. We want to keep those. Just going to have to ditch these, really, aren't we? And on down this long and seemingly endless hallway we go. Somewhere ahead of us, hopefully, our destination awaits. Oh, nice scouting roll. Right, we have a trap. We have a trap. You will deal with the trap. Thank you. You did. Oh, what's in the box? Probably something we can't carry with us because it's too heavy. Gonna have to leave them behind, I'm afraid. Gonna have to leave this one behind as well and light another torch and press onwards into another chamber. A vast grille leading forwards into the darkness somewhere we know not. We cannot pass that way. Instead, yonder hallway leads to assured destruction, either for us or our foes. You know, people from Kingdom Death are fond of reading. Aha! That's got to be one of the most rubbish maps out there. But at least we know it's definitely one of these three chambers here. And it could blatantly be this one, but it probably won't, because that was too near the entrance. Alright. Well, we know where the curios are, or at least most of them. And soon we'll be camping as well. And by that I don't mean mincing along, proclaiming some gibberish about Sullivan and Gilbert, or something like that. Okay, more light. I haven't had very many fights this run so far. What's it been, about 2? Wow. This, I believe, is the corner chamber. We're going to rest here. Never mind the poor tortured person. We're resting. Deal with it.
Gathered close in tenuous firelight, an uneasy companionship.
Look, he expired ages ago. Poor fella never had a chance. Right. Prevents nighttime ambush, scouting. Do you have... You do, tactics. We want tactics for the Prophet. Okay? We really just do. Alright, what have we got left? Well, we want to prevent an ambush. That leaves us with 6. We have 4, 3, 2. So we can go for the first story. Okay, she could talk to the sword to be a better fighter, but she won't be able to reach the enemy for a lot of the fight. And it's not a flat-out damage bonus, so let's do it, let's be crazy. Tell the first story to give everyone better dodge bonuses, which they will want against the Prophet. This might actually work quite nicely. And then she's reached the edge of reason. Apparently she's been only pretending to not be stressed out at all along. And instead she's going to go... Ugh! So she gained a lot of... And Only one negative. It's pretty good going. Plenty of blood left for... yeah. Blood left for leeches, for sturges, for surgeons. Sturgeons are kind of fish.
The light. The promise of safety.
Alright. One hallway. One room. One hope, one dream, and books! Books for the twilight night to read. Wait, that is 25, 40, 35 because of the dungeon level. No, 30 because of the dungeon level. Okay. Irrepressible takes out. So that would be like a 35% virtue chance, not worth trying. The prophet isn't going to move us round too much, otherwise leap of faith might have been worth it. Not going to go with Slaver Beast, because while most of the bosses have the Eldritch type, I can't remember if the prophet has or not. This might be really useful after we've defeated the prophet, assuming he is in the chamber at the end of this hallway, which we are about to discover now. But do we want to swap any skills around? I think you're good. Should have trained our skills up, but we didn't have the money. You're definitely good. You're hopefully okay. You're hopefully okay as well. Right, if Ren comes out of this alive, at least one of her skills will be getting upgraded, because she really needs it.
The madman hides there, behind the pews, spouting his mindless drivel.
So, the way the prophet works is quite simple. He sees the future. He knows the roof's going to collapse. And he even is kind enough to warn someone that the roof is going to collapse on them. So we can either move them out of position, or guard them, or just crank up such a high dodge that it misses. Let's start with volley fire into all those pews he's hiding behind. And then we'll just guard her. Sir Felgren will guard her and be ready and prepared. The protection will help protect him from the falling roof damage. You, milady, will hack at this. Lovely. And then you will heal yourself, actually, lady. Well, that was lucky. And then at the end of the turn, the roof falls on whoever he's marked or whoever is guarding them. Oh! Now he's marked two people. Now this is slightly difficult because you can't really guard one of them effectively, and she... uh-oh, that's not bad. Well, I suppose that kind of works, but no. Get back in place, lady. Wait, dodge 29. Dodge... Go away. Dodge 28. Yes. Back you go, milady. Right. Let's have another volley fire.
Precision and power.
Oh, nice crit. Right. In this case, we want to use Bolster to improve the dodge chances of everybody. I'm aware there's still some Man-at-Arms visual effects there from time to time. Not a lot can be done about that. Right. Anticipation, because the roof falling on her head actually counts as an attack by the prophet. So now she's in a riposte stance. Wow. There's all those dodge bonuses helping out there significantly. Please don't stun. Oh no, it's just that one. Stunning is bad for guarding characters. Let's just drop a lightning bolt on this. There we go. Now, he could guard someone to increase his protection from the falling roof. He could drop a riposte jump. You know what? No. He's going to guard the healer. And then we'll have another volley fire. Right. just take this out. Yeah, if we can take out all three, that would be quite nice. But we'll settle for 2. And the roof. 4 whole points of damage. Yeah, he's got 70% protection. Yeah, he's well tanked up. Oh, he's guarding someone, right? Yes. Okay, this is a slight problem. I think I know what to do though. What's his move resistance? It's massive, isn't it? Yes. Just shot at this then. Now if I try and guard her while she's guarded, that'll break the guard. I could... You know what? Let's get really silly. No, I'll do this. Set up a riposte stance. You, milady, will swap places, and don't worry about the ceiling. You've got a man-at-arms guarding you. And then you, my dear, can just shoot him like that. Oh, yes.
Executed.
Oh, no, don't do that. Stuns are horrible in this fight. If they're on the man-at-arms. Why, perfect. Oh, what's wrong with you? Okay. Time for another guard. Because it just pushes him to the point where the falling ceiling is kind of laughable. We probably don't want to defeat that last pew because we have an archer. Uh-oh. Oh no, he's stunned! This is gonna hurt. Praise the stones, for they have missed him sure. And you, milady, can just mark him up. Wait, no, he's gonna have another turn. Oh, that's actually bad then.
Powerful blow.
But that high crit rate helps when you're not going to have time to set up a mark and shoot. Okay, this is working nicely now. You know what, I'm very tempted to just go for this. Unholy, yeah, glad I didn't have Slaver Beast prepared, because that is good against beasts and eldritch, but not that great against unholy foes. Right. Unfortunately, I won't take him out. This is tough and can take him. Here comes some pain. That's a little more like the usual. I mean, normally it's what, in the realm of 16, 14, 15, 16 damage. Oh, group shots. Okay. Alright. We're nearing the end of the conflict now, and oh, she is wasting away now. We'd better let her guzzle on this unpleasant red substance. Rather unsavoury at that. 4 to 9, and then those two we could pop. Yeah, let's do it. Fingers crossed. Oh wow! I
foresee his own demise. I care not, so long as he remains dead.
All right. So we take that. Take that. Oh, what was it? Swap that. Swap that. We have some nice musketeer books there. Boots, sorry. Books? What am I thinking about? Blah. Maybe it's my mind's gone dry, not my throat. Right, and then you, sir, could benefit from this. There we are. And back to town we go. Could have done with a few more heirlooms, but it's alright, I think. I'm predicting about 2 people level here. Level out of tier, that is. Yep. Oh, Vindra, you have forsaken us. Those low-level boss runs will be even harder now. Warren Scrounger, interesting. That's Pigman country. That's where the formless flesh will be. And last gasp. And we'll need to hope we can get some kind of low-level healer for those remaining boss runs, who isn't an occultist.
A fever of willful determination sweeps through the barracks.
Valiant spirit. They were a fearsome lot, gritted teeth, distant stares, and between them an unbreakable bond of fellowship. Plus 15% virtue chance on next quest. Oh, that's gotta be some kind of boss run. Or maybe a Crimson Courtyard one, but I'm... Okay. Kana has cured rabies. That's great. And it is rabies. She was rabid. It's not rabid. There's no such word as rabid. Just because some idiot at, like, old-time Warner cartoons thought it would rhyme with rabbit, it's still not an acceptable pronunciation. It's fake and stupid and wrong, and people who say rabid are either idiots or doing it on purpose to annoy you. Don't let them annoy you, people. Oh, let's see who's at the stagecoach today. You know what? Paladin could be fun to play with. I'd have to turn on the mod, because this is the old version. It would change it to the new version. Weak grip on life. We have a musketeer. We have another man-at-arms. We did need another one. Hard-skinned and Eldritch Slayer. Oh, he's getting hired. He is totally getting hired. I'll think of a name for him in between episodes. That would take us to 26, 28. We could have 2 rooms, and then she would go there. Could do with that second Plague Doctor, to be honest. That doesn't give any space for custom classes, though. We can't upgrade much. Okay, we can upgrade here. We can upgrade here. Oh! You know what we could do, actually? We could do this. Finally, make all those camping skills cheaper to learn. And I think that wouldn't be a terrible idea at the moment. If only because we're a bit lacking on the other heirlooms.
They must learn more than brutal bloodletting. They must learn to survive.
There we are. Right, well, purely because my throat's a little dry, I'll probably end it right here. Hope you all enjoyed it. See you all in the next one, where we will have wonderful virtue chances and a tough ring as well. That is so very tempting right now. What do we take? We take Ludovic and probably Dost Akbar, in all honesty. But before we get ahead of ourselves, I did make a promise to myself that Ren was going to get a skill upgrade, because she's really earned it. And if we're going there, she could also have that prepared, and that. And since we've been doing so well for stress, let's upgrade Whirlwind Attack as well, because actually against the Beast, we could ditch Glimmer of Hope and have Whirlwind Attack hotkeyed. That's not bad. And Kana kinda needs to get her stuff fixed anyway. She needs to gain levels. Who else needed skills to improve? Someone was all on level 1 skills, but it wasn't just her. Well, I'll get to think about it between episodes. Hope you all enjoyed it. See you all in the next time. Bye bye for now.